Monday Night Raw erupted into chaos as Roman Reigns, the indomitable tribal chief, made a dramatic and shocking return to the red brand. The WWE Universe was on the edge of their seats as Reigns appeared with a single clear objective: to annihilate Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed, two of the promotion's most physically dominant and promising superstars. Fans in the arena and viewers at home were treated to a spectacle of raw power, intense emotion, and calculated strategy. Reigns' entrance music reverberated through the arena, signaling that the tribal chief had returned to assert control, and the air was thick with anticipation. Roman Reigns, the unstoppable tribal chief. Roman Reigns has long been a central figure in WWE, commanding authority, respect, and fear as the tribal chief. His persona is rooted in dominance, strategy, and psychological control, not just physical superiority. This return to Raw showcased all of these qualities. Reigns exuded confidence and authority, his every movement signaling that he was not just back to compete, but back to dominate. His objective was clear. Breakker and Reed, two rising stars threatening the hierarchy, needed to be reminded of their place. Every stare, stride, and movement was a calculated warning that challenging the tribal chief comes at a cost. Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed, rising titans under threat. Bron Breakker, with his explosive athleticism, agility, and relentless determination, represents the future of WWE. Alongside Bronson Reed, a powerhouse known for sheer strength and the ability to turn any match in his favor, the duo had been gaining momentum on Raw. Their growing popularity and physical dominance made them targets for Reigns, who recognized the threat they posed to his supremacy. The confrontation was a test of wills, power, and strategy, with the outcome destined to shape Raw's hierarchy for weeks, if not months. The reunification with Jey Uso, a strategic alliance. Adding to the drama, Reigns was reunited with Jey Uso, a key figure in the Bloodline and Reigns' trusted confidant. The reunion amplified the threat posed to Breakker and Reed, combining the leadership and cunning of Reigns with the raw intensity and loyalty of Jey Uso. This alliance was more than symbolic. It was a strategic consolidation of power. Together, Reigns and Uso represent a near unbeatable force capable of overwhelming almost any opponent. The reunion underscored the importance of loyalty, family bonds, and tactical alliances in WWE storytelling. The ambush, raw power meets rising talent. The confrontation began as Breakker and Reed prepared to face a different segment of the roster. Suddenly, Reigns appeared, flanked by Jey Uso. The arena exploded with cheers and gasps as the tribal chief and his allies stormed the ring. Reigns' approach was methodical yet menacing. He assessed Breakker and Reed, measuring their stance, reactions, and readiness. Then, with a sudden burst of calculated aggression, he struck. A combination of power moves and strategic targeting designed to assert dominance without immediately ending the match. Breakker and Reed fought back, displaying their resilience and in-ring skill. But the psychological and physical pressure exerted by Reigns and Uso was immense. Every move from Reigns and every strike from Uso reinforced the narrative. Defiance comes at a cost. Psychological warfare, more than just physical confrontation. This segment was as much about mind games as it was about brute force. Reigns' presence alone carries weight. His history, victories, and reputation create a psychological edge that few can overcome. By returning alongside Uso, he amplified that effect, creating an environment where Breakker and Reed were constantly on edge, forced to anticipate and react to a seemingly unstoppable force. The segment highlighted the careful balance WWE maintains between athleticism, storytelling, and character development. The confrontation was designed to elevate Breakker and Reed as credible threats, while simultaneously reinforcing Reigns' supremacy. Fan reaction: shock, excitement, and speculation. The WWE Universe erupted in response to Reigns' return and the ensuing chaos, shock and awe. Fans were stunned by the audacity and intensity of Reigns' ambush, excitement and anticipation. Viewers immediately began speculating about upcoming matches, pay-per-view confrontations, and possible rivalries. Praise for storytelling. Analysts and fans noted the seamless blend of drama, physicality, and psychological tension. Social media platforms buzzed with reactions, trending hashtags like #TribalChiefReturns, #RawAmbush, and #Breakker vs. Reigns dominating discussions. Fans dissected every angle, every reaction, and every strike, highlighting the segment's impact and engagement. Backstage reactions and industry insights. Inside WWE, the segment created a stir among talent and production staff. Industry insiders praised the meticulous execution, noting that the combination of Reigns' dominance, Usos' intensity, and the resilience of Breakker and Reed created one of the most compelling Raw moments in recent memory. Veteran wrestlers emphasized how Reigns' ability to control both narrative and in-ring dynamics showcases his mastery of professional wrestling storytelling. Analysts highlighted the long-term implications, suggesting that this confrontation could shape Raw's storylines, alliances, and rivalries for months. Implications for WWE RAW storylines. The return of Roman Reigns and the ambush on Breakker and Reed set the stage for numerous potential narrative developments. High-stakes rivalries. Breakker and Reed now have personal stakes in challenging Reigns and Uso, creating opportunities for marquee matches. Faction dynamics. The reunion of Reigns and Jey Uso strengthens the Bloodline, reinforcing loyalty and strategic dominance. Psychological tension. The segment adds layers of suspense, fear, and unpredictability to Raw's narrative landscape. Elevated character arcs. Breakker and Reed's responses to the ambush provide opportunities for character development and eventual triumph. The bigger picture: establishing dominance on Raw. This segment exemplifies WWE's ability to combine spectacle, narrative depth, and psychological drama. By orchestrating a confrontation between Reigns, Uso, Breakker, and Reed, Raw created a dynamic ecosystem of competition, loyalty, and ambition. The storyline promises explosive matchups, intense promos, and dramatic confrontations as Reigns continues to assert dominance, while Breakker and Reed strive to prove their worth against a seemingly unbeatable force. Conclusion: a defining moment for Raw and the Bloodline. Roman Reigns' return to annihilate Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed, coupled with his reunion with Jey Uso, marks a pivotal moment in WWE Raw history. The segment seamlessly blended Raw power, strategic alliances, and psychological tension to create a compelling narrative that elevates all performers involved. Breakker and Reed emerged as credible, resilient threats, while Reigns and Uso solidified their positions as the dominant force on Raw. Fans can expect escalating rivalries, high-stakes matches, and dramatic storytelling as this storyline unfolds in future episodes. With Reigns and Uso at the top, Raw enters a new era of dominance, suspense, and unpredictability, a testament to WWE's ability to craft moments that captivate, thrill, and leave the audience eagerly anticipating what comes next.